Welcome. This video is going to demonstrate how to assemble a bar stool in Fusion 360. The first video showed how to make the parts. To begin with, we're going to save a new design as something appropriate. I'm going to call it bar stool assembly. Then I'm going to click on the top left and open up my models and drag in the seat. What that's going to do is going to kind of fix that model in place. Just click OK. I then want to put in the legs, so I'm going to drag in the leg position. When it comes in, I can still move it around the place. I'm just going to click the center dot here and drag it roughly where I want it to go. And we're just going to click OK and close that window. To join them together, we're going to click on Assemble and then Joint. And assembling Fusion can be a bit tricky, so I'm going to go to this part here first. There's three bits I could click on. The circle in the top part is what I'm going to aim for. I'm going to rotate it round, look at the next component. I'm going to zoom in, and I want to find another point on here, another circle that I could click to join the bits together. So I'm going to click the bottom part of that circle you can see in the cylinder there. What happens is that will then join those legs together, or the legs to the side to the seat. Can then do the same for the second part. So I'm going to open the top left again for my models, drag in my legs, drag roughly where we like it to go, close the windows for a bit of space. We can then do the exact same thing. So we're going up to Assemble, Joint, just click that button there. Again, we're looking at the feature. I want to click the top surface of that cylinder there, then find the corresponding disc circle shape to join it to here. I'm going to actually join it to that point. Those two come together to then create the joint. Okay, the next part. Again, click the top left to open up the models, and we're going to put in the footrest this time. So I'm just going to drag it roughly where I want it to go. Close the windows for a bit of space. It's exactly the same as before. We're going to click on Assemble and then Joint. Select that disc on that part there of the footrest. Rotate it round. Look at this part here. I'm looking for that disc just there. That's going to touch up against it. And that's that bit joined together. Okay, next part. Again, open up the window at the top left. We're going to put in the packer pieces here. Again, I can drag it roughly where I want it to go. I can use these arrows to help me adjust it even further in the model in the space. Again, same as before, Assemble then Joint. I'm going to zoom in once more. Done exactly the same as the other parts. I'm going to select that disc there at the bottom of that cylinder shape. Rotate it round. This time I'm going to select the top disc shape here. And there we go, that's the packer piece positioned. Again, we can do that the same thing for all the packer pieces. So that's the top of the seat, and also we can do it at the front, as you can see here, of the footrest. Now, sometimes you might need to click the flip button if it's been, as you saw in my example there, it was flipped in. There we go, you can see all the parts in place. Okay, next part we're going to put on. We're going to put the screw blocks that's going at the back of the packer pieces, so the other side. Okay, and I'm going to drag it roughly where I like it to go. At this stage here, we're going to click Assemble and Joint. I'm going to come to the inner curve here, and you'll see we've got three little discs that flash up. I'm going to select, you might need to adjust that rotation if you need to, but select the center point of that there. I can then rotate it around. I'm going to do the underneath the seat first. On here I've got, on this component, discs I can select as well, so it's joined up to that one there. I could then use the arrow to pull it across. I'm looking to get it aligned up with the arrow. This might be a little bit trial and error in sizes, but the sizes are on the drawing, so you can just copy from the drawing. There, second screw block. So let's just show you the second one as well. If we click the joint button again we're looking to select the same as before. If I go and put my mouse on the inside, just rotate it around, select the middle kind of disc shape. Again, we can come back here, find a disc that corresponds on the second component. There we are. And again, I can then drag that into position. And again, do that for all the screw blocks. Last component, so again up to the top left, and we're going to drag in this time the feet, or the foot. Again, once it comes in, we can then position it roughly where we like it to go using the sliders. I'll use the arrows this time, I think. To join it again, assemble, then joint. Going to select the inside, just like before, disc, go in the center point here. If I come across there's a disc in the center actually, and it joins it together. And again, we can repeat that for all 4 feet. Time to add some color. So we're going to go up into render, top left down to render. We can assign materials by clicking the materials icon, searching for the materials we're looking for, and then dragging them in place to obviously assign the materials. Make sure you've got the component button selected, not faces. There we are. And let's do some black for the packer pieces, and also for the screw blocks and feet. Wee tip, zoom in as you do this so you don't accidentally colour something you shouldn't. Okay, time to do the render. When it gets along to excellent, we can then make sure we click the capture button, save it in your folder as something sensible, as a TIFF, and there we have it. Thank you for watching.